So these so-called weekly updates aren't exactly living up to the name. Unfortunately, just due to a full-time placement and simultaneous studying, God, getting a perfect routine is just near impossible at the moment. But rest assured, when I'm back at uni, things should settle into a reliable groove. Anyway, let's have a look back over what's happened recently. So starting with some positive news, we have gotten confirmation that 21.9 support for Overwatch is on the horizon this summer. There's no specific date, but just keep an eye out on my channel and I'll cover it as soon as it's released. It's a positive step forward for ultra-wide support, with studios actually acknowledging the need for support, even if it's a while after launch, compared to just ignoring us for the entirety of the game's existence. Now, a video I've wanted to cover for a while is a look at the Digital Storm Aura. It's a 3440 by 1440 all-in-one PC using completely stock parts, so you can swap in and out components with ease after buying it, and even supports a GTX 1080, and all within a relatively small package. The image quality itself has received good reviews, nothing spectacular, but it holds up well, and whilst the body of the monitor is notably much thicker than any other non-all-in-one PC for obvious reasons, it does have some large bezels to it. But all in all, it's a great all-in-one PC, and made so much better by the fact that it's a 21:9 screen instead of the usual 16:9. So it's another good step forward in the ultra-wide market. Honestly, I'm split between the idea of having my whole computer nicely tucked away into the back of the screen, or having it all out on display in a lovely case. In the end, I think I would just go for a beautiful case, but I know that many people would love to have the whole setup hidden away, as it creates a beautifully minimalistic setup. Anyway, definitely read up on it. I'll link to some reviews in the description and to the official page. It's an interesting read, and I hope we see more of this kind of PC in the future. And on that point, for anything I talk about in this video, I'll link to it in the description, so be sure to check there for more on anything I talk about. Now, obviously, you will be aware of the ongoing Steam summer sales. This is the first year I've not really been following them due to this channel causing me to own far more games than I have ever owned, and I'm kind of needing to avoid spending more money on random games. But it hasn't been without some small controversy that the sales are rather lackluster compared to previous years. They've removed the small hit high savings sales in favour for just a single prolonged rotation of titles, but it's still going to be a great way for many people to pick up some titles to play this summer. Now, over the last week, we looked over a few games: Sherlock Holmes, The Devil's Daughter, Titanfall, Dead Space 3 and Dead Island. Now, the Sherlock Holmes game definitely confirmed to me that it is a niche interest. You need a love of murder mystery stories told in a slightly wacky way, but I've found a lot to like about it, and it's amazing how far the series has come over the years. It's a truly beautiful game to play graphically, and whilst it's still clear it doesn't have an abundance of funding for the development, where it does fall down in areas, overall I would definitely recommend it, so watch my video on it for more details on it before you buy it. Next up was Titanfall. With the second game coming soon, it was important to get this one done so we can compare the latest to its original, and let's hope it continues Titanfall's brilliant 21.9 support. It has very little issue supporting us, and the original is a good feather in EA's PC support cap. Continuing with EA, I had a look over Dead Space 3, the final game in the trilogy. Well, let's hope it's not a trilogy forever. And once again, it's an absolutely fantastic ultra-wide game. It's so lovely to review games that have this level of support. And as it stands, it is one of, if not the best 21.9 supported game I have ever covered on this channel. Definitely worth checking out. Finally, the last game covered was Dead Island, and it flips to the opposite end of the spectrum for both 21.9 and PC support compared to Dead Space 3. It is a performance nightmare, with horrendous stuttering, pop-in, and a host of other issues, and things just get worse when 21.9 is brought into the mix. Thankfully, there is a mod to fix the ultra-wide issues on the whole, but yeah, all in all, the original Dead Island release is not a good one. Thankfully, reading about the remaster, it seems to be a lot more stable, but still prone to 21:9 issues, so I'll look at covering it at some point. Now I must apologise for failing to ever get around to making the ultra-wide 1080p versus 1440p, sort of 16:9 versus 21:9 resolution performance comparison video. Wow, that's a mouthful. Which I talked about in my last weekly update of the original, the first one I ever did. And it's something that I believe will be so useful to so many of you. So I absolutely will do it at some point, and I will be asking for your guys' help on it in the near future. So, in the upcoming days, I've got a lineup of FIFA games, This War Is Mine, Saints Row 2, Mortal Kombat X, and Syndicate, to name a few games. And I'm working on a list of the best 21:9 supported co-op games, or games that at least have some part that can be played utilising the full 21:9 screen space between multiple people. And unfortunately, it's not a huge list, so I'll be interested to see the final tally. So yeah, it looks like we are solidly into summer now. Well, up in the northern hemisphere anyway. And I hope this channel is helping you all to continue to grow your ultra-wide libraries, and hopefully convince more of you to join the new platform. Anyway, I hope you liked this update, give it a like if you liked it, and subscribe for lots more content. For anything else 21:9, be sure to check out my channel, and comment down below with any questions, ideas, or just thoughts on 21:9 topics. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, the links to my Patreon page are in the description. See you later.